Alright, so I'm sitting here today, still just a little bit under the weather. Nothing better to do, don't feel like going out in the cold. So I thought, hey, it's Jimi Hendrix's 69th birthday. Why not break out the old six string, do a special six-string lesson, no bass here, doing some guitar, of one of my favorite Hendrix tunes, Castles Made of Sand. Great tune, features some of Jimmy's Curtis Mayfield inspired stuff. We all love it when he does that. Get right into it here, enough of me talking. The first thing you're going to do is start on an F sus2 chord. What you want to do, take your ring finger here, come down here to the D string, 3rd fret, plant it. Take your middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret, right below it. Take your first finger, 1st fret, right below that. Then you're going to take your pinky, put it down here on the high E string. And that's all you need to know for that first part, because you're just going to take that same shape and slide it up and down. You're going from F to G to a B flat to a C, back down to a B flat, back down to a G to an F, and then landing on a G. Sounds like a lot of crap. It's not really. That's it. Holding that same shape down, just moving it back and forth. But when you land on the G here, you're going to release your pinky and then let your first finger kind of hit that 3rd fret of your high E and just sound that note. And then we get into the meat of the intro here. Start on a G, and then you're going to slide from A to B. Then you're going to land on a D, and then you're going to take A down here, the octave of the one that you just played, slide that up to B. So let's do that real quick. Then we're going to bar on the 7th fret here across the G and B strings. Kind of plant that. And then we're going to be doing a hammer up to the 10th fret on the B string with our pinky. And then we're going to hammer onto the 9th fret right above that. And let those two notes ring out. So let's put that together. And then that sets us up to come into this kind of G major 7 type chord. It's kind of a stretch. You got to get your pinky up there. You're barring across the 7th fret here, barring those notes. And then you got to get your pinky up here to the 10th fret. So let's put that all together. And you're just kind of strumming that little arpeggiated thing there. So that sets us up for the next part, which is a slide from G to A. And we're just kind of landing on a C right here. And then we're going to be moving up. So you're at the 7th fret, you're barring across your D and G strings, and you're hammering on the D string up to the 9th fret, or 7th fret, I'm sorry. I'm still sick, I'm not feeling great. And then you're going to bring your pinky back into play here, up to the 8th fret. Making this nice little R&B chord right here. So let's go back to the beginning of the riff here. And then we're going to be doing this little thing on G here. So you're on G. And then that's just a hammer from the 3rd to the 5th. And you're barring those 2 strings down there, the D and G. Then you're going to be doing the slide. Take it from the 5th up to the 7th fret. And then you're still barring the D and G, this time on the 5th fret. And then now you're going to come up here on your E string and hit this 6th fret here. And then that takes us into the first actual verse, where you're going to be on an F, but we'll get to that here in just 1 second. Okay, as promised, we're back here with the first verse here. Castles Made of Sand, Dirk McNasty and his Jimi Hendrix dashiki today. So, yeah, I'm still medicated a little bit, so bear with me. So the verse here is based on the chords of F, A minor, E minor, then an F, C, and a G. But of course, Hendrix doesn't play them like that. He plays the pretty chords. He starts off with this kind of F sus2, and what he's doing here is a lot of the times Hendrix did this, puts his thumb up here to actually hold down the root note, the F here on the E. And then you're just making this kind of like you would a normal F, but you're leaving the G string here open, so it makes this nice, pretty, airy sounding chord. Then he comes up here to this A minor, and he puts some little embellishments here with the pinky. And then like a little, another one of those Curtis Mayfield sounding things here. That's just the 5th fret of the A string to the 7th, little hammer, and then let those notes ring out. Then we're coming to this E minor 7th here. Just doing a little strumming on that. And then we come into this. So instead of just, he's doing this over the chords of F, C, and G. So that's just sliding from your G to your A, then landing on your C, and just kind of barring those strings there, and then sliding up here from your D, and doing the same thing. And then landing on a G. Then he does this cool little hammer-on thing here. Excuse me. Just start here with your first finger at the 2nd fret, and then your middle finger at the 3rd fret of the B, G and B. And then you're going to take your ring finger and hammer up to the 4th fret on your G string. And then be pulling that off. Pulling off the 4th to the 2nd, and then quickly to open. And then back. So let's try to put that together here if I can stumble through it. And then that leads you back into F again, this F sus2 thing. But here, instead of going to a normal A minor, he does this. This cool little thing here on the A. Just he goes ahead and does this slide up here, and then leaves an open A, and then so you're hammering onto the 2nd fret of your G string, and then picking the open E down here with your, I'm using my middle finger just for you. And then you're going to slide up to fourth and hit that E, and then back down, and then pull off. And then that sets you up for the E chord, which you just kind of does this little trill here on the D string at the 2nd fret. Kind of a classic Hendrix thing. And then just this little quick hammer on to the open note here. So let's put that part together here, starting from the F. And then back to the... And that's where it comes in on the chorus, which is pretty much just the same as the intro. He does some embellishments here and there, but it's still pretty much just the part again. So that, my friends, is basically the song, except for the solo, which is backwards. And I can't exactly tell you how to play it. I don't know the backwards solo. What I do is something kind of, just try to get this loose feel, kind of just kind of do that, fiddle around in the G minor pentatonic scale. Just whatever sounds good to you. I always kind of ended up coming up here to the 12th fret on my G string, hit up there, and then do this bend from the 14th fret, still on the G string, and then the 15th fret here on the E string. So, and that kind of sounds like the end of it, but again, you know, he's playing something totally different and then flipping the tape over so it sounds backwards. So use your ears. I don't know the exact notes because I'd have to figure them out forwards and then learn how to play them backwards, and that's a lot of work. I'd much prefer just wank over it myself. So that was Jimi Hendrix. Happy birthday, Jimmy. Dirk McNasty, peace out. I'm going to go back to the couch and eat more antibiotics. Peace.